Hey guys, it's Todd here. In this video, I'll just be chatting about some Minecraft 1.17 update ideas that I have, and also a couple that I don't agree with that I don't want. So, how this video is going to work is I'm just going to put on screen, it's just going to say like topic, whatever. In video editing I put topic, then it's probably just going to say, whatever update I'm talking about. So, yeah, I don't have like a crap ton of ideas, but I still got like 5 ideas that I would be okay with seeing in the game. The first 2 I want to talk about right now is, well, the first one is the cave update. I don't want to see a cave update. I don't. It's as simple as that. No one wants it. There's just these big YouTubers that are like, oh, let's have a cave update. No, nobody wants a cave update. We don't want a cave update. The caves are fine. I would be very disappointed if Mojang made a cave update, honestly. Like, I wouldn't absolutely hate it, because, it's still an update, so obviously there's gonna be new stuff. Of course, everyone's gonna check it out, but if they make a cave update because these, like, random YouTubers are saying, hey, let's have a cave update, even though their audience doesn't really care, I'd be very disappointed. So, let's not see a cave update. The caves are fine. I'm fine with them. I don't want a cave update. Another one is the Sky Dimension, which I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about a Sky Dimension. Like, maybe I've seen like once or twice in thumbnails recently, but this is not like a very popular thing, I don't think, at least. But I'm not really with the idea of adding another dimension to Minecraft. I think the overworld, Nether, and End, like, that should just be forever, the only dimensions in Minecraft. Any others should just be mods. That's really it. I'm fine with the idea of just these 3 dimensions set in Minecraft. That's it. So, the Sky Dimension, I don't know what people would think, like, just go through a portal, random stuff in the sky, just floating islands. That wouldn't be very exciting. That would just be like Skyblock. And if I wanted to play Skyblock, I would just download a map or go on a server. Not that hard. So, now into one that I would be okay with. Like, I'm not a huge fan of this next one, the mountain update. I don't know what Mojang would add, but to me, the mountain update, I would be okay if they did add a mountain update. I wouldn't complain or anything, but I just don't know what they would add in a mountain update. They could probably add animals. Like, the only 2 I could think of for a mountain update would be goats, and like, I know there's like mountain lions. They could also just add normal lions as well. See, I don't know like what would go in a mountain update. Like, what would they add up in the mountains other than like, I guess a couple animals, mobs? I don't know what Mojang would think of to put like a bunch of stuff in the mountains, but I would be okay with a mountain update. But I'm not like rooting for a mountain update or anything. I'm just saying I'm okay. So another one I think would be like a really exciting one. It's honestly my favorite one I thought of, is the End update. Now, at 1.9, Mojang did update the End, but it wasn't like 100% focused on the End. It was called the Combat update. So, it was mainly focused on combat, but they did add some cool stuff like end cities, and I don't remember if the Elytra was in 1.9, I don't know. It's not a new dimension, it's still in the End. Like, if you look in the coordinates, you're like 1,000 blocks away from like the end chunks of where you spawn. I don't know why people seem to think it's a different dimension. No, it's still the End. Like, it's the end cities are still part of the End, the exact same End. Like, it's not a different dimension. Some things I think Mojang could add to the End to improve it even more are when you go through like the little thing that takes you to the other parts of the End with the end cities. So they could add like stuff like end mines and tunnels, so you can actually go into these tunnels / mines and collect resources. Like, they could add new blocks, like maybe like it's some sort of end ore, which could make some end armor and tools. Now, I would understand if Mojang made an End update, but they didn't want to add like armor or tools. I would understand that, because they just added netherite. They just added a new set of armor and tools, so that would be totally fine with me if they didn't add any, because since, we got netherite and stuff, so I'm okay with it. But I'm just saying it would be a cool idea if they added like another set of armor like that. It could be as good as netherite, maybe it's a little not as good, maybe it's even better than netherite, I don't know. Because it's the dimension called the End, so you should probably get some of the best stuff in the game from there. I also think if they added like craftable chain armor in this update, that would be really nice, instead of having to trade with villagers to get chain armor. If you could craft it. I don't know if like out of literal chains in Minecraft. I don't know about that, but some material. Chain armor is not that great when compared to the other armor. It's not really worth it. So I feel like if you could actually make like chain armor out of actual chains, since, chains are in the game now, I would be okay with that. It's called chain armor. The End is the only dimension now with no like respawn point. The overworld has the bed. The Nether has the respawn anchor. The End just needs something now. Like, I don't know how much you would use it in the End, but if you're going to, let's say you're moving from like end city to end city and you're afraid you're gonna die, you can like just move it along, take it with you, and then just place it down every time you go to raid an end city. Then you can respawn like right next to it. That would be really helpful, but there's just nothing in the end that helps you respawn. So another thing they could add to the end update that it's not exactly related to the end at all. I just feel like it would just be like a cool side kind of feature. Kind of like how in 1.16, you know, they added target blocks, but it was focused on the nether, but they still added a new redstone point. That could be like the same thing with the end update. They could add feather falling 5 would be nice. And they should add an ability to have feather falling in a beacon as one of the abilities. I think that would be a really cool thing to have. You can put like feather falling 1 and then you can upgrade to feather falling 2, or maybe like feather falling 3 for the secondary power, something like that. I'd be really hyped actually for an end update. I would be really excited if Mojang added an end update. That would be like really cool. So anyway, going on to the next update. This is gonna be like a shorter one. These next ones are all gonna be shorter ones. The undead update. So a bunch of undead mobs could be added. Like the only ones I could think of off the top of my head right now would be like a Frankenstein-like mob, like not like a zombie, but like it could be kind of like an iron golem. Maybe like an undead iron golem. That would be interesting to fight. It would be a little overpowered. I don't know how they would implement it in the game to make it, like, if they're gonna make it spawn every night, they would have to tone down the attack somehow. Make it just not attack as much as a normal iron golem. That could be cool. Just something like that, because if you're like starting a new game and then it's like your first night, you see this Frankenstein coming at you and it does a lot of damage, then you're kind of screwed. So they could also add like vampires and ghosts. That's another cool thing I think they could add. They could also maybe add them into the woodland mansions, the vampires. Ghosts are also kind of in the game as well with the little things that the evokers or whatever summon. So, I mean, I don't know how ghosts could work. Because, I mean, they already kind of... Minecraft already has ghosts, basically, but... like a different type of ghost, I guess. One that's like actually 2 blocks tall. Like a bigger version of the Evoker's ghost. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, so next update could be like the farming / food update. It's like mainly focused on food. Some cool foods and I guess also mobs they could add to the game would be like burgers, crabs. That would be cool. Add a new mob to the ocean. You can eat it, stuff. They could also add some bananas, like you could have like banana trees growing, or maybe just, yeah, either the bananas could drop like apples, or there could be like whole trees dedicated to bananas that are kind of like growing off vines or whatever. And then there could also be like basically just every other fruit and vegetable, like just tons of fruits and vegetables, I would think. Like grapes is another example. Like you could, again with like the bananas thing, you could do of like a tree for like grapes. Or you could make them just drop randomly like apples. They could just be like a bunch of random chances for like a fruit to drop every time you break a leaf. And then one other cool thing the redstone people I think would be really happy with would be honey sticky pistons. Because then you could make sticky pistons so much easier than if all you had to do is collect honey instead of slime. I don't know how... I would still think like, yeah, you'd still need slime for like sticky pistons and stuff. Or... if you're making like giant redstone contraptions, like for example like a 10x10 door, you would still need like slime and honey blocks. So slime would still have like a lot of uses in the redstone community. But if there could be honey sticky pistons, that would be really nice. And then this last one is kind of like a bunch of them. Like it's just the biomes update. Like not new biomes, but like the desert, swamp, jungle / ice biome update. Some thoughts I just had was like, for swamp, they could add like different witch huts. That could be like a new thing, like different types, like bigger ones, I would say. Have more stuff in like a witch house maybe. And then for like the, whatever biome the woodland mansion's in, I would think it's a cool idea if they put like a smaller versions of the woodland mansions, like they added them in random places. Because woodland mansions, I mean, they're called mansions, but they could scale them down like half the size. It would still be a mansion. Maybe just like woodland houses then. I also had like the idea of woodland sheds. Like it could be outside the woodland mansion and it's just like a small shed you can go into. Maybe there could be like chests and you might find some stuff. I don't know. But some, yeah, cool stuff. And then there could also be like pillager villages as well. Like just entire village of pillagers you could have. I think that would be very interesting to have like an entire village of pillagers and you could just take them down, see how you could take them down. Because early in the game, it would kind of be a little hard to take down a village of pillagers. I learned the hard way when I was fighting the raid back in 30 Days Survival, like really early on. I learned the hard way not to be stupid. Ice homes and villages in like the ice biomes. I think that would be cool. If they could make houses made out of like snow and ice, that would be cool. And like villages as well. I don't know if that's an actual thing. I thought it was an actual thing, but then I searched it up on Google and apparently it wasn't. I could be wrong, but I don't know for sure. And then in the desert, they could have like other types of desert temples. Like for example, a gallery. Like you could just kind of like walk through one and there could be like paintings all over the place. I think that would be interesting. I don't know if they could serve like a real purpose other than just be for show, because usually these structures have like an actual purpose, like you can get something good from it, but I don't know. Just add more stuff to the desert, because the desert's pretty plain. I mean, it's a desert. I guess that's supposed to be like that, but I'm just giving out ideas again. So yeah, those are my like 1.17 update ideas. I just came up with these on the spot, like within the last 20 minutes. If I sat down and thought more, I could have definitely made another video, or make the video longer. I could probably make another video if I just sit down and think again. But yeah, that's my ideas for now. So if you have anything else you want me to discuss about Minecraft or anything really, then just comment below. And also, what are your ideas for like our 1.17 update? Also leave that in the comments below.
Thank you all for watching. Give this vid a liking. Go subscribe for much more. Comments I don't ignore. And post notifications.